Let's get a 1986 Honda Spacy 250. A few people have asked about starter motor issues, and I found this out myself. So the starter motor's in there, and then it runs an idler gear into that main gear back there to start it. Now it runs a one-way toothed setup. It's like a clutch in a way, and you pull that off and all those teeth lock on there on a one-way, and then when it starts and runs it free spools on this section here. Free spools in that. So it's not like a traditional throw out starter motor. That there will come out. Starter motor's there. So if your starter motor's working okay, you have to look at that. So the issue with mine was the teeth. I've only got one hand here, so bear with me. I've only just picked this Spacy up and I haven't had it running yet. It's been garage for 15-20 years, I believe, 15 years. So the problem was that these teeth, you can see they're all flat, and they were slipping on this section. I was lucky I could machine that and fix it all up. Now I bought a new kit off eBay, but you've got to be careful because there's different sizes. So that's a 57 tooth, 118mm diameter, aftermarket. The genuine Honda Spacy CH250, bigger diameter, more teeth. Apart from that, it appears to be the same regarding shaft size, etc. So the problem I also found is, by the way, to remove this section, just undo those 3 bolts. That there pops out. It's stepped so it only goes one way. And then there's your inner race with your teeth. You got to be careful. So that's your main flywheel, by the way, with the magnet. So that goes in there. That's what gives you your battery charge, power, etc. So when you pull this outer cover off, it's difficult to get off when all the bolts are on there and removed. The magnet is what holds it on. So you just got to apply a little force. But back to the one-way clutch assembly. This was the new one. This is the genuine Honda. Now if you look closely, there's an arrow there, and there's an arrow on this one there. They actually rotate opposite directions because this system doesn't have the idler gear. So I'm not sure what make that's out of, but be careful of that. So what I ended up doing was, you can remove all the teeth out of the non-genuine one, flip the teeth around and put into the genuine assembly. See them all there? They're all like new. And that system just clips out. So the reason I used this race instead of the new aftermarket one was that's a genuine part, and the more often you can reuse the genuine stuff, the better. It's lasted this long, since 1986. So I just picked out all the teeth, turn them 180 degrees, put them back in. You just have to make sure that they stay in the right direction longitudinal wise because of the shape. They're slightly offset. So that's what I've done to try and get my starter motor issue sorted. The one I bought off eBay, that whole assembly was $60 Australian, so it's pretty cheap in regards to anything, I guess. But I've checked it. Now I'll put it all back together. It only goes one way. You only need basic tools, but you do need a puller because that there is tapered on the main crankshaft of the engine. So you just need like a three-prong puller you can use on the other side, or you use a proper crankshaft puller. So I just got to put this back together and see how it goes and see if this thing starts after 15 odd years. So I hope this helps for anyone that has a Spacy with a starter motor clutch issue. You should be able to buy pretty much any one of these and configure it to suit the Honda genuine assembly, but you have to make sure you get that fairly clean, otherwise you'll just damage the new teeth. So there you go. That's a starter motor on a go-kart engine. I have two of them here, but that's a traditional throw-out starter motor. So it was new to me to see a clutch design like this, but pretty simple in the way it works.